A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? That's some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. The Broncos at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Franklin. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. He'll drop to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. When you look at this Bronco defense, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Here comes the Lions punter now. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now a 3rd and 6. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Another run for Gibbs here. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this 3rd drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Open man here is Benson. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A give up the middle with Benson. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Short throw to Smith. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That is caught. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. CeeDee Lamb with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Point after here coming up. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now inside the 25. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs with career touchdown number 176, moving him past Emmitt Smith and into second place all time. And the Lions are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Into space at the 45. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
They're going to look to throw. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. Slot man moves right. They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, he finds his running back who snuck right down the middle of the field. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Let's go now.
Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to add on to that lead. Extra point attempt to come here. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Gibbs straight ahead. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
On 1st down, it's Benson. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
He'll get that complete to Franklin. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down. Now back to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Benson. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here's 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this one complete to Smith. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Absolutely a golden opportunity missed there to add to their lead and really cap off an impressive drive, because they've got the advantage and plenty of time to add to it. But on the flip side, plenty of time for an opposing comeback as well. So when you have the chance to distance yourself not just so early, partner, you know you don't want to let it slip away.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 71 yards. And the Lions come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Escapes the defender. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now a 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll set up to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Still going inside the 20.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. They run over center with Benson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down. And this one is right through. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
2nd and 6.
A short throw to Musgrave.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And that will be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Franklin. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And off to Gibbs, headed right here. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
Out of the gun now on third down. And that is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw again. Short throw to Smith. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's second down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 16. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Trap 60, trap 60. Check go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Lions are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
Well, it certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
Yep. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Throw left side complete. That's Benson. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and the lead will stay put at 17. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They'll look to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And that's going to be incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
The Lions on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Back to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flush to his right.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turns into a nice play.
It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and the lead will stay put at 17.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Musgrave's got it out right.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. They'll look to throw again. Oh, he bowls over it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Broncos are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. So this